episode, Halftime TV viewers and subscribers, and we're going to give you the recap of the 100-meter finals at the National Senior Championships in Kingston, Jamaica. Now, mind you, the 100 meters was something that everyone was expecting. We were anticipating it. We wanted to see who it was going to be on that plane going to Tokyo later on this year. And Brian Lavelle, he's been exceptional. He gave brilliant performances leading up to the finals, and I know most of you, including myself, expected to see him deliver a big race come the finals. Now, in the end, it was the three usual: the Oblique Seville, KISHANE Thompson, and Akeem Blake, and I'll speak about their performances in a second. But it's good to see that Brian Lavelle, he pushed and he made it all the way through to the finals, because a lot of the times we see these young athletes who are doing well at the junior level not matriculate to the senior level. Buaji and Krumi, was good to see him as well in the finals. But overall, I think this was one of the finals where it gave Jamaicans hope. It gave the track and field fans hope. Since Usain Bolt hung up his spikes, it's been different. It just hasn't been the same. And I think going into this particular finals at the national championships, a lot of the fans were hopeful. We felt a level of satisfaction knowing that we had competent athletes lining up on the track. We didn't see Ewan Blake, he didn't make it to the final, mind you. Christopher Taylor, he's looked good all year round, but he didn't make it to the final either. But it's always good to see Christopher Taylor back on the track. Remember, he hung up his spikes and decided against it a couple of months ago. So good to see Christopher Taylor back. Now back to the race at hand. The 100 meters, it was built up perfectly. Everyone was anticipating what these athletes had in store on the day. As soon as the athletes got out on the track, Oblique Seville, he held his hand up. He requested that the starters give him an opportunity to check on his hamstring because he felt something. Now, he was there. There was grimace on his face. He looked as if he was in pain. There was some level of discomfort. But in the end, his physio or his massage therapist, whichever way you want to put it, came over, massaged the hamstring a little bit, and it appeared he was good to go again. It appeared it was only cramps that he was experiencing, and mind you, the athletes were out on the track waiting for quite a minute. And again, tie that into the delay, because this race happened about almost an hour, like 45 minutes beyond the scheduled time. So this race was originally scheduled to take place closer to 10 Jamaica time. It ended up happening closer to 10:30 Jamaica time. Anyway, in the end, the winner was KISHANE Thompson with a world lead in 9.75 seconds. He shut down this race at just about 75 meters. It was only KISHANE. There was no competition. Oblique Seville was second. He recovered from that, what appeared to be an injury at the initial stages, at the warm-up phase of this race, and he registered 9.83 seconds. Jamaica's third fastest among this crop of athletes, Akeem Blake, he was third, and as expected, the trio that we're accustomed to, or that we've grown accustomed to over the last few years, they have booked their place to the World Championship in Tokyo. We have Raheem Ford finishing fourth. Buaji and Krumi and Brian Lavelle finished 7th and 8th respectively. Buaji and Krumi 10.09 was his registered time, and Brian Lavelle seemed to have pulled up just about the 60-meter mark, and he ended up finishing 8th with 10.43 seconds. So big race for the Jamaican athletes. Sad to see Brian Lavelle not being able to finish that race fully fit, because we know what he can do on his day, and we've seen what he can do when fully fit. But KISHANE Thompson, he's going to take some beating this season, and he's shown at the national championships that on his day, he's unbeatable. We've heard that before, right? Unbeatable champion. But yeah, KISHANE Thompson, he's the Jamaican champion. He's the Jamaican unbeatable champion, and he didn't give any interviews. He made his way straight down the tunnel, straight out, because again, it's a similar case to what happened last year, where the athletes were there waiting 30-45 minutes after the scheduled time, and things like those lead to injuries. Anyway, KISHANE Thompson didn't give any interviews. He bolted out And Oblique Seville did a lap around the national stadium, waved to the fans, took some pictures, signed some autographs, etc., etc. But I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are, Halftime TV viewers and subscribers. What are your reactions to the 100 meters final for men at the national championship? Leave those beneath this video. And remember, like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.